Setting up new items in your inventory system can be a laborious task. Sage ERP Accpac streamlines this process with an items wizard that efficiently leads you through the process. In this tutorial, we'll take a look at how easy it is to add an item using the wizard. So let's jump right in and get started. We'll launch the wizard from the Accpac portal, and you'll find it under Tasks, Inventory Control, Items Wizard. For this example, we'll assume that we're an office supply company that sells to both retail and wholesale customers. The new item that we need to add is an office chair, so let's click Next and use the wizard to assist us. We'll start by creating the item number. Clicking the Zoom button opens a screen that will help us construct it. This example assumes that we've already completed all of the inventory setup tasks required when we initially implemented Sage ERP Accpac. We'll start by selecting the appropriate structure code, and using the Finder, we'll select Standard. For this sample database, we set up a 3-segment code comprised of a category, style, and color. We're adding an office chair, and it's a tilter chair, so we'll click into the category field and open the Finder, and here we'll select the tilter chair category. Notice that as we add segments, the item number begins to materialize in the field above. Moving forward, for style, we'll select mid-back, and for color, we'll choose black. And now we can see the complete item number above. Now let's click Select to close the screen. Here we'll enter the item's description, which will be mid-back tilter chair, black. Category will be tilter chairs. For account set, we'll choose moving average, and the default price list will be retail. Now we'll click Next to move forward in the wizard. On this screen, you may want to enter the item's unit weight, an alternate item number, which you can locate using the Finder, and perhaps some comments that might help your salespeople, but these are all optional. It is required that you enter a unit of measure, and we'll select each and make this the stocking unit of measure. Now we're ready to move on to the taxes and optional field screen. For this demonstration, we won't address taxes, but we do want to use optional fields to record the product warranty information. So for warranty, we'll select Yes, and period will be 90 days. Now we'll continue forward by clicking Next. Here we have the Locations Detail screen. This is where you specify the locations where you intend to stock the item. You can use the Finder to add individual locations, or if you plan to stock the item at all of your locations, check Automatically Include at all locations. When we click the Create button, they're all added at once. So if you have numerous inventory locations, you're sure to welcome this time-saving feature. To keep this simple, we're using average costing for our inventory, so we won't make any further entries on this screen. Now we'll move forward to the Vendor's Detail screen. Here we'll select a primary vendor for this item. Note that we can have up to 9 vendors per item. You can use the Finder to select your vendor or type in the vendor code. Let's select Gould Manufacturing, and we'll adjust the column width to fit. And for the vendor's item number, we'll enter 10-270-455, and tabbing over to vendor cost, we'll enter $75. If you want to add an additional vendor for this item, press the Insert key to move to the next line. We'll go with one vendor for now and click Next to move on to item pricing. You can add individual price lists by using the Finder or by typing in their codes, or you can include all of your price lists by selecting the checkbox. We'll check the box and click the Create button, and all of our price lists flow into the grid. Moving to the Base Price field, we'll enter a price for each price list. As you can see, there are many more fields and options that you can use for pricing on this screen, but we're just covering the basics. Clicking Next brings us to the contract pricing page, which again provides many options that we won't explore in this session. Nonetheless, you should be aware that you can set up contract pricing with start and end dates and with several options for calculating your customers' contract prices. If you're not using contract pricing, you can skip over this screen. Clicking Next brings us to the manufacturer's item number screen. Here you can enter an unlimited number of item numbers used by the various manufacturers of an item. These item numbers cross-reference with your item numbers, so when you're entering transactions in inventory control, order entry, or purchase orders, you can enter a manufacturer's item number and it will automatically be translated to your item number. Let's click Next and move on to the customer details screen. Here you can enter the item number that your customer uses for your item. This is commonly used with larger customers who may place orders using their stock numbers rather than yours. We'll select a customer, Bargain Mart, and enter their item number, which for our demo will be BM-1221, their description, which will be reclining chair-black, and unit of measure, which will be each. Now we'll move on to setting reorder quantities. You can skip this step if you don't use reorder minimums and maximums, but if you do, it's simple to use. Providing this information is important if you want to use the overstocked items report and reorder report to help you manage your inventory. We'll skip this step and move on. Clicking Next brings us to a summary screen. It shows the information that will be added or modified in our inventory system. Clicking Next brings us to the final screen, and we've successfully added a new item. At this point, we can click Yes to add another item or Finish if we're done. And that completes our tutorial. Give us a call if you need assistance with this or any other feature in your Sage ERP Accpac system. Well, that's it for this tutorial. Bye for now.